follow Amy and Matt. Charlotte and Cooper there, my incredibly beautiful son, and Nash and Jill, and the Energizer Bunny, Matt. I mean, like, so I try to keep it somewhat upbeat, but you know, it's amazing. This is an incredible venue. You know, it's funny, I look at this slide over here, it's kind of hard to see, but it says co-founder on it, and I kind of chuckle at that, because really what it should say is dad and sometimes supportive husband. You know, we all know that the real juice behind all of this is my beautiful wife, Jill. Hold your applause, because there'll be more on her later. Right? There'll be more on her later. I can't believe that this is the third annual FAM Jam. And I look out on this room and I see so many familiar faces, longtime friends, work friends, and a lot of people I don't even know, which just fills my heart. It's amazing to look out and see the generosity and support that our family receives. And so, to all of you, a huge hug and thank you for all you do. First FAM Jam, I shared my thoughts on when Jill and I were trying to figure out what was going on with Charlotte when she was a baby. And you know, I said, you know what, hon, the doctors have no idea what this is. It means there's no diagnosis, there's no treatment, there's no cure. There's nothing we can really do except for bring them home, love them, and raise them as best as we possibly can. But this badass mama bear said, oh, we're doing a hell of a lot more than that. We're going to figure this out. And I know you don't want this to be about you, Jill, but I have to say thank you, and I am every day amazed by everything you do. So you're an incredible, incredible wife, mom, and friend. So I don't know whether it was known to her at the time, or whether it was just intuitive, naturally intuitive to her as the mama bear, but she was recognizing that a disease cannot be treated until it can be seen, and that it can't be studied until it has a name, and then lastly, it cannot attract researchers until families make themselves heard, and we have definitely made ourselves heard, so thank all of you. So we have obligatory applause. I really appreciate it. So next slide. So we have a video to introduce in just a moment, but I wanted to share a few numbers to really excite the room. Just kidding. You know, when I look at these numbers, and it brings me to my initial thoughts about Charlotte and Cooper, and I just want to look back on it. 20 years ago, we had Charlotte, and there were 0 gene therapies and 0 mRNA treatments. 15 years ago, we had Cooper. Same thing, 0 gene therapies, 0 mRNA treatments. 7 years ago, when we figured out the disorder, FAM177A1 Neurodevelopmental related disorder, rolls right off the tongue, there were only 3 gene therapies in the world, and still 0 mRNA treatments. 5 years ago, when we founded the Research Fund, there were only 5 gene treatments, or gene therapies, and still 0 mRNA treatments. So today, there are more than 20 gene therapies curing things like blindness, blood disorders like hemophilia, neuromuscular disorders like muscular dystrophy, and a lot of cancers like leukemia, lymphoma, skin cancer, bladder cancer. And in the next 5 years, the number of gene therapies is expected to more than double, with a projected 25 to 40 in the US coming online. And for mRNA treatments, there are only about 2 to 3 today, one of which Jill mentioned that we're super excited about with Grand Pharmaceuticals. And in the next 5 years, there's expected to be 20 to 30. So you can see the bar graph, it's just going straight up. So when the science and technology is scaling so exponentially, it can cause nothing but hope. I'm so excited for what Jill has spearheaded with a global team of researchers to put us in the place where we are today, to be able to leverage and jump on that airplane and figure out either a treatment or possibly a cure. Something that 20 years ago, when I said, you know what, let's just bring them home and love them, there's nothing we can do, I never would have believed. Even 10 years ago, I wouldn't have believed that. But looking at where science and technology is today, I am filled with hope. Watching that video of Eleanor, completely catatonic, basically paralyzed in her mother's arms. I mean, I'm not good at crying and talking like the way my wife is, so I'm just gonna try to bring it down. But just looking at that, I mean, it just brings tears to your eyes when you look at the fact they injected her with an mRNA therapy, basically telling her cells to create this protein that her body needs. She goes from catatonic, paralyzed, nonverbal, to running around with her mom, laughing, clapping in like a week. And it's just absolutely incredible, and again, just fills us all with so much hope. A couple of weeks ago, you can switch to the next slide, a couple of weeks ago, we had the pleasure of meeting another FAM family, the Haddads in Southern California. Jeff, Mervit, and their beautiful daughters, Layla and Alyssa, who also suffer from FAM disorder. It was so great to meet other parents, connect with them, share stories, and see the similarities between Charlotte, Cooper, and their beautiful daughters, and recognize that we aren't just doing this for Charlotte and Cooper, that we have so much hope for all of the FAM warriors that are out there that we know today. There's very few of them, but there will be more in the future. So we're really excited about what that future holds. And so now I wanted to share a video that we put together which provides a closer look into our life, our daily situation. And it's something that's echoed amongst all the different FAM families that we know and that we will know in the future. So to all of you, thank you again. So appreciate all your support. Let's roll the video.
Imagine your loved one receives a diagnosis, and the doctor says, and there's no treatment. There is no cure. Just go home, love your child. That's the reality that we faced. Oh, and by the way, nobody's working on one. And we just said, that's not okay. And so that's when I got to work and realized that if anybody's gonna do this, it's gonna be the families. This is not the job that I applied for, but it's the job that I have, and I actually realized that I'm perfectly suited to do it because nobody acts with more urgency and determination than a parent of a child who's sick and needs treatments that don't exist. I am going to go to the ends of the earth to find the best and the brightest to work on this disorder, and we will develop treatments for it. And that was why I started this mission. And now, a few years later, I have learned a lot, and it has all come into focus. We need to deliver a working copy of the gene back into Charlotte and Cooper and all the other brave warriors facing this disorder so that their bodies can start making this protein that they desperately need. It's a medicine. This is the precise genetic medicine that they need. But we can't do our mission without money. Money is the only thing holding us back from achieving this mission. We have the right scientists in place, the technology exists to do it. We're just gonna go as fast as the funds will allow.
My mom, seeing what she's done, has just truly made me feel like anything is possible. She is just a superhero. She's fully assembled an insane team of doctors from all over the world to treat this disease. It's so badass. You know, there's gonna come a time when my parents aren't around anymore. I'm gonna be Charlotte Cooper's primary caregiver, you know? My parents are doing a lot of work to ensure that the entirety of that burden doesn't fall on me. However, when they're gone, most of the emotional investment will be passed to me. And I think above all, I know for myself, I'm gonna make it my highest priority to ensure that they're living a life that is fulfilling and brings them joy and makes them happy. My worst fear is that they end up in a living situation that they're sitting around all day and don't get to laugh at all or smile.
I think it made Nash such a special human being, having to deal with what he's dealt with growing up. In a word, he's fantastic. And the relationship that he has with Charlotte Cooper is beautiful. What keeps me up at night is just making sure we leave enough of a legacy, financial legacy, to be able to take care of Charlotte and Cooper in the future. Because, whether the funding is there, today, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be there tomorrow.
This is an interesting disorder because there's some aspects of their development they're making slow and steady gains in. Like Cooper's actually making progress with potty training right now, and Charlotte's vocabulary just continues to expand. But there are parts of this disorder that are progressive and going in the wrong direction, and motor skills is clearly one of those. I mean, they are losing their ability to walk, which is terrifying. The way Cooper communicates to us right now, like he has no words, but he will bring us to what he wants. He will bring us to the fridge to show us that he wants something from there. He'll reach for what he wants. He'll take us to his bedroom to let us know he's tired and wants a nap. And someday, unless we get the right medicines into them, he's not gonna be able to do that anymore. And then we're just reading minds. We're trying to take care of him, and he can't show us anymore what he wants. That is terrifying. We have to be the quarterback of this team, right? And that is what we have done over the last couple years, is we're essentially running a nonprofit biotech drug development company. And so I'm rebranding this organization as the Cure FAM Foundation, because our mission is so crystal clear that we are going to cure this disorder. We've already invested in a gene therapy program. It's being developed at Hebrew University in Israel by a brilliant scientist. That program is underway. We are hoping to test that in mice models in the next year and possibly bring it to the FDA and think about putting into humans within the next 2 years. We are also considering another therapy called lipid nanoparticle mRNA therapy. That's going to deliver essentially mRNA directions that our loved ones need to start making more of this FAM protein. So these are two precise gene therapies that our foundation is funding. We have found the right people to do it, and it's full speed ahead.
We're at kind of a critical point in time where we're able to identify people with these rare gene disorders, and we're also starting to see the progress on the treatment side, where we see this hope of personalized medicine or these gene therapies and very targeted therapies coming for these populations. So I want our clinic at University of Washington to be partnered with organizations, foundations that are supported by families, because I think we have the same mission in mind.
I always was amazed by how much these parents also know about the disease and know about the gene functions and know about the models. They take this seriously, they study, they do their homework, and they go to conferences. It's not only words, it's also actions. And I think these people, they have also a message to tell everybody that, first of all, we believe, and we can do it, and we will not give up.
it is quite possible that we could have disease-modifying therapies developed by this patient organization, able to put into affected individuals within the next 18 months to 2 years.
The big hope is for a cure, right? Which we're on track for. It's not just a dream. The biggest drawback right now is money. So if you're watching this, that's for you.